Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, ever since the suicide of a young Tory activist in September, the party has been beset by allegations that it failed to act over allegations of bullying in its youth wing. We've reported repeatedly on the scandal on this programme. The party has tried to draw a line under the affair by asking law firm Clifford Chance to conduct an inquiry, but many of those involved remained unconvinced that the party is really trying to get to the truth. 10 potential witnesses have told Newsnight they feel reluctant to give evidence to the inquiry because a former associate of the man at the centre of the scandal, Mark Clark, has a role in deciding the party's response. Nick Hopkins has the story.
For 4 months, his parents have campaigned relentlessly for justice for their son. But only now is Alison Johnson ready to speak on camera about what happened to Elliot and the family's treatment since.
We live out in the backwaters, so they're probably think, oh well, you know, they'll, if we, you know, silence them, they'll go away quietly. But we won't. We definitely won't. I want justice for my son. Every day just drifts into another when you don't know anything.
The student vote is really important. We as students...
Elliot was found dead on a train track last September. He left a note saying he had been bullied. Rather than being treated as grieving parents, the Johnsons felt like the inquiry into what happened was putting them on trial.
We also heard that they wanted to interview my husband and myself individually to find out what our stories were. Well, it's not a story, it's the facts. We can only deal with the facts. Elliot's now gone. We can only deal with the facts.
Mrs. Johnson is not the only one who doubts the party can get to the bottom of what happened to her son.
Dear friends, welcome to Birmingham.
This is Rob Semple. He's one of the most senior Tories you've never heard of. As the leader of Tory volunteers across the country, he sits on the party board that will consider the official party report into what happened. But for many, Semple appears too close to Mark Clark, the man at the centre of the bullying allegations. Here's Clark endorsing Semple on a campaign leaflet.
Rob understands how to engage with activists and innovate with campaigning. His support was crucial to delivering both the Road Trip 2015 and the Battle Bus 2015 projects.
And there was this Facebook post.
Rob Semple is the man for the job. He has the vision, leadership, competence and credibility to do the job and to do it well.
From everything I've seen, Mark Clark was effectively acting as Rob Semple's campaign manager. From information I've seen, I've had sent to me, it would appear that Mark Clark was heavily lobbying people to vote for Robert Semple.
Party chairman Lord Feldman has already recused himself from considering the inquiry. So too has this man, Deputy Chairman Rob Halfon. But Semple is going nowhere. That's despite 15 potential witnesses to the inquiry telling Newsnight they want him to step away from it altogether. A number say his presence makes them reluctant to talk to the inquiry.
People may think there's a conflict of interest, but the fact they think there may be shows why Rob should do the honourable thing and stand down. People think he is a friend or a colleague or that Mark Clark helped him get into that position. It might be true, it may not be, but the fact that they think that, it shows that this inquiry is going to be tainted by his involvement.
He should do the decent thing really and realise that any inquiry conducted by the Conservative Party in which he takes a part in, and it's always going to be questioned by the general public at large. People are going to say, how can a man that has been associated with Mark Clark be seen to be a person that's actually overseeing part of the inquiry?
But tonight, Rob Semple told Newsnight he wasn't in touch with Mark Clark, and he was staying put. He told us, "I am committed to ensuring that the highest possible standards of behaviour are upheld. I will ensure Clifford Chance's findings will be honoured in full. I urge witnesses to come forward so that the full facts are known." And the party maintained Rob Semple is not being asked to step down from the board when the report is delivered. Fresh from a general election victory and with the Labour Party in disarray, on the face of it, the Conservative Party is in rude health. Not so, says one veteran member of the party.
This is a much wider problem that the Conservative Party has got. And the wider problem is that there's not accountability of those that run the party, there's very little transparency, and there's no democracy. And without those things, you find vested interests have enormous amount of power within the party, and things happen that you can never explain except as a result of vested interests.
So of all the crises you've seen over the years, how do you rank this one?
Oh, this is the biggest of all. This is the absolute biggest of all. The party can no longer treat its members with contempt in the way in which it has done in the past, and which it is still doing.
That's how the Johnsons feel. Tonight, the lawyers running the inquiry said they were sorry to learn of the family's concerns about the proposed separate interviews, and said they were happy to discuss an alternative.
I've been getting away